Ho, 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 ho. It's that time of the year again. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. And everything else from Ringside Renaissance. Yeah. Do you believe? We believe. Yo, Jesse, let's get this party started. Ring the bell.
You are now listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast.
And we're back for another episode, a very special episode of Ringside Renaissance. Yeah, this is the holiday limited edition, special edition episode. Happy holidays from all us here. Of course, I'm here with the dancing, the prancing, pretty, deadly Jesse. Yeah. And I'm spinning the block on that sled. I'm Andrew. Kombat Jones. Yeah. With them Christmas shots.
I thought you were going to say you're a Vixen and Blitzen. Happy holidays. Look how festive Kombat Jones is here. I'm a little bit underdressed. He's got the others on his shirt. He believes.
I believe.
He's got the Santa hat on. I think the only way you could look any more ridiculous is if you were wearing a Yoda onesie right now.
Oh, absolutely. What a gimmick that would be. This is not a gimmick episode, ladies and gentlemen.
This is straight up.
This is real holiday shit right now. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, happy holidays, whatever you prefer, or Kwanzaa, or none of the above, whatever. We're celebrating either way. It's all good energy. It's all love going around. Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's what makes it work. And, yeah, here at Ringside Renaissance, we're here to talk whatever. We got a lot of cover. We got a little bit of cover. We're just having fun, like we said.
Yeah.
This is WWE. We got AEW. We had some Ring of Honor. We had all types of stuff brewing, cooking up, going into the new year, right?
Exactly. And the funny thing is a lot of people say, oh, you guys don't ever go live. You pre-tape. Well, guess what? Your favorite wrestling organization pre-taped this week as well. So they're taking a page out of the Ringside Renaissance book. Yeah, there's a lot to do with SmackDown and Raw were kind of filler episodes for me. It sucks with the pre-tape because they can't do anything too groundbreaking because the crowd would have seen it. I'm looking forward to the Netflix premiere. We got some more stuff leading up to that of what's going to happen with it. Right. Like you said, AEW and Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor had their pay-per-view this past weekend. AEW just seems to keep kind of
dwindling
downward in a downward spiral. But hey, you can't tell those AEW faithful that whatsoever.
No, you can't.
They hit like 660,000 viewers last week on Dynamite, and you would have thought they just won the damn Super Bowl. It was like, oh, we're back.
Yeah. And yeah. Oh, I forgot to mention NXT too. But so AEW, most of the shows, same with Ring of Honor, were at the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City. It was a packed house. I'll give them that. It's a small place. I've been there. You know, I've been there for a Michael Rappaport podcast live taping.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say Nas or something.
Oh, I wish. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, the Hammerstein Ballroom, famous little venue there for New York City where they have have all types of different events, and it was packed. You know, it was like back in the day type of ECW type of vibe or whatnot. People up in the rafters, hanging over, watching. Not hard to pack that place. It was loud,
No.
but apparently
In New York City.
they let a lot of toilet paper inside the arena too.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
They're saying Ricochet took a ricochet because they. It's,
Yeah.
they're not taking too kindly to him in AEW, I don't suppose, but
No, especially because he got disrespected by the Hurt Business or the Hurt Syndicate or whatever they're calling themselves. On the last episode of AEW, of course, they had ripped up the business card they had gave him, which kind of left it in a weird spot because nobody was really rooting for him and nobody really cheered it either. So it just kind of made him look like a fool. And then we had him this week facing Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay is beloved by the AEW audiences worldwide, of course. So how'd you think that was going to go for Ricochet?
yeah. I just don't. Well, it's doing great for his bank account. I mean, that's really all he cares about at this point.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know, Ricochet. It's kind of sad because I think you and I both thought that he wasn't going to do well going to AEW. Like it was just going to be the same old song and dance. But like, I thought at least the AEW faithful would kind of accept him for what he is, and it would kind of get over. But it's doing the exact opposite of that. They're kind of rejecting him as being like a
Cody Rhodes thing
guys.
that had ended up happening later on.
Yeah.
But it's not WWE, so he didn't get DP'd. It was AEW, so he got TP'd.
Okay. I got you.
And people threw toilet paper at him like it was cabbage night.
Man.
Yeah.
That'd be tough.
That was tough, yeah.
Is Cabbage Night a worldwide thing? Let us know in the comments. Is Cabbage Night like a...
I think they call it something different on some nights before Halloween or some
night or some shit.
or on sometimes but
All Hallows Eve or something.
Yeah,
I don't know. We had Cabbage Night and we
had Cabbage Night. We TP'd the trees. We threw eggs. We smashed pumpkins. You know, all types of stuff. People.
Were you there when my cousin Kevin dropped Dookie on someone's front porch?
I don't know. I don't think so. You'd put it in the bag and you'd light it on fire, and then you'd ring the doorbell. He just shit on the front porch. Oh, yeah. No, I don't know. I don't know about
that. Man, we had to bring this up. It made me think of it. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, also in AEW, what do you think of MJF's kind of role as of late? His fall from grace, as I like calling it, because.
Yeah, he's kind of got a falling of grace happening. It's interesting because they're trying to paint Adam Cole as the hero in this, or the face somewhat. And they had their interaction, and MJF is out there kind of dropping bombs on him, and the crowd is kind of oohing. And I don't know how to take it. I don't know if the crowd knows how to react or like what they're supposed to do. I liked seeing the MJF bring back and say some controversial things again, at least. I'm
sorry, go ahead.
But it's just like, what are they doing with it? What are they going nowhere? The story with Adam Cole, there's just nothing there. It makes no sense. It's just backtracks, and I don't know.
Everything with MJF lately is just. Did you see he showed up to like face off with the Big Boom AJ guy?
Yes.
And it's like, what are we even doing right now? Like the biggest name in AEW, like the biggest star in AEW, is going to be face to face with a
Costco guy or whatever the hell he is. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, what are we doing, man? I just don't understand it. And then like Jamie Hayter comes back at All In, and everybody, oh my God, Jamie Hayter's back. And like, look what she's like reduced to now.
Yeah.
Camille, everything with Camille, like coming in. I had told you because you weren't really familiar with Camille, and I said, you wait, like,
yeah.
And it's like,
she's not doing nothing. Yeah.
I don't get it. Like Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale were feuding for how long? Or they were friends and then they were feuding. Now they're back together as friends again. And
yeah, Statlander was the heel, and then she just automatically comes out and she's the face against Mercedes Moné.
I just don't get it. Yeah,
and
now
with
her and
Anna
Willow
Jay
Nightingale are back together.
Yeah, and when they're back together, yeah, and with Anna Jay playing it, and it's like nobody, and then they bring back what's her name? Penelope Ford.
Penelope Ford, and then the one with the House of Black there, Julia Hart is coming. You know,
Julia Hart is back. Yeah, she's cutting her promos, so she's coming back, and then there's like so much going on. It's so cluttered.
Lost in the sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's whoever TK jerked off to that week. That's who he likes putting on TV. It's really.
And I wonder if TK, I didn't catch it, but I know that, what's her name? Billy Starks for Ring of Honor. Yeah, she uses Aliens Exist by Blink-182 as her entrance song.
Oh, cool.
Normally she does. And there was like talks or controversy if she was going to use it for the Ring of Honor entrance, if TK was going to pay the money for it.
He probably would.
And I'm not sure if he did or not. Didn't do my research, but
let us know in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. I'd like to see, but she does use that, so props to her for that.
Yeah, there's just so I feel like I don't know. I feel like everything we have used the analogy plenty of times, like just throwing a bunch of shit at the wall to see what sticks, and like. This is the case in point of it is AEW right now. It's just nothing makes sense. Like
Chris Jericho has become the king of New York, the Frank Sinatra of New York, if you will.
Yeah. Nueve. I'm Nueve. Like, okay, who is even... Oh, John Moxley. I was going to say, who's even AEW champion right now? I can't even think of who's the AEW champion.
Yeah, because all of his, promos, instead of like Kevin Owens from inside of the car, he come from the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, voiceovers of driving in the desert back of the truck. Yeah.
Who's the TNT champion? Exactly. Who cares?
I don't know. And then they're fighting this tournament for the championship that I thought somebody already had.
Yeah. Okada has it.
Which is interesting because a lot of people gave a lot of praise to the one match, and I did watch it. I did think it was good for what it was. It was the Darby versus Will Ospreay. If you like that type of match for that AEW type of crowd, it was a good match to those standards.
Yeah.
And I was surprised, and I give it a lot of credit because Darby Allin came up with the W. I couldn't believe it.
Going back to TNT champion is Daniel Garcia, but like,
oh yeah.
But what I'm saying is like nobody in AEW right now has any sort of like, oh, they're getting a push, they're a champion, but the championships don't mean anything. It's really confusing. The international champion, who's the international champion?
Yeah,
Takeshita. But what I'm trying to say is like, oh, everybody was getting mad. You and I included that Takeshita wasn't getting a push because he's so good. They give him the international title, and then he's done dick since. Like,
Private Party is still the tag team champions, and there's not much going there. That big episode was Collision was at the Hammerstein Ballroom pretty much, and that's where we had that big promo with we talked about MJF and Adam Cole, and they're fighting over for the diamond ring now, and MJF threw some of those shots at Adam Cole, talking about he heard that he's not being seen by the dentist anymore, the DMD, throwing some shots about Britt Baker, which I think is like a few months too late.
Past the point, yep.
Yeah. Honestly, I was waiting for that from anybody. Somebody say something about it. But yeah.
Who do you think is seeing the doctor right now?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably somebody in Hollywood or something. I think she was. Wasn't she just in some TV show or something?
Oh, really?
Oh, no, she's in Cobra Kai. I think she's in the Cobra Kai show.
That's what somebody said. I watched
Yeah.
all the way up to where they're at right now, and
Yeah.
I did not see her once. She's that not memorable.
Yeah. So you
I
watch
didn't
Cobra
even-
Kai, but you don't watch Stranger Things.
Well, yeah, Cobra Kai never dies, bro.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Like come on. I'm not going to get in this debate with you right now on Christmas. We're trying to stay on good graces here. And
Yeah, fair enough.
I grew up with Karate Kid when they said they were making a TV show to further. You've never seen Cobra Kai?
No, I've seen it. I'm just not interested. It's like Yellowstone. I try to watch it, but it's just
It's not like
I can't. I can't
like Stranger Things. Yeah,
Stranger Things
Yellowstone's-
is great. Yeah. At least I've tried to watch these other shows. I've put them on.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Maybe I
Yeah.
should give it a chance.
Yeah.
I won't, but
Man, whatever.
rolling over to WWE, we had this past week on Wednesday, the Netflix kickoff show, which was live. Where was that at? Was that at WWE headquarters?
That was at their new headquarters. Yeah.
Okay.
And
'Cause I know they had the giant Andre the Giant in the back and stuff.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah. Which I wonder if it's open, if you can like go there and walk through it. Like,
I wonder if
every
you can
day
schedule tours.
oh, you can schedule a tour there.
I think so. I'm not sure.
Okay.
We'll have to look that
Yeah.
up. Ringside Renaissance will have to go take a tour of WWE headquarters.
Yeah, because that's where you can go out front and they have the giant championship replica
Mm-hmm.
you can take pictures with. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Did I ever tell you I called WWE headquarters one time? And it
Really?
was like, say the name of the party you want to reach. And I said Vince McMahon. And it actually transferred me to his desk.
Yo, who picked up like his assistant?
Nobody. It just went to a voicemail. You
We're
have reached
sorry. We're sorry right now. Somebody's being shit on. We'll have to take your message later.
Oh, man. Imagine that.
Defecation in progress.
Progress. You picked a shitty time to call. I'm away from my desk.
Yeah, it's in Stamford, Connecticut. That's where the headquarters are, and that's where the Netflix pre-live promo kickoff show kicked off 2 weeks early. I thought the timing was a little weird and interesting, but nonetheless,
I didn't mind.
Yeah.
I didn't mind what this was.
Yeah.
It drew a bigger crowd than the all-in ticket sales, but or ticket kickoff. But the crowd seemed a little bit like not having Triple H, and he was kind of taken aback by it. It felt like he was trying to like say all this stuff to get a pop, and it just wasn't getting it.
Right. And the first big surprise came out, we didn't expect because we were told on his podcast that he was retiring from wrestling, and Logan Paul showed up.
How do you feel about Logan Paul coming back?
I ain't mad at it. He's a big draw. I think he's decent.
I think that, like you said, he's a draw. A lot of people like him, and a lot of people that hate him are going to hate watch it to see him get his ass kicked. So,
Right. Yeah. I agree.
I don't see where that would be like a bad thing, I guess, but
I don't see how it can hurt WWE.
yeah,
You know?
okay,
Yeah. Just helps with more ratings.
right.
He was pushing really hard to get booed too. He was trying. He's doing his thing. But it was definitely unexpected for him to come out first and start off like that.
Yeah, it kind of threw me off altogether because we haven't seen him since he lost the title to LA Knight, right? So
Yeah.
just to have him come out, and apparently they're going to put him over on Raw.
Yes.
So that was kind of
Netflix wants that, but it makes sense to, with the Paul brothers, Netflix, and the history there.
right.
So
Yeah, so I don't know. We're getting it kicked off. We also had the new Bloodline came out and was confronted by the wise man Paul Heyman, where they've continued to talk about this tribal combat match that we're going to get at the premiere of Netflix.
right.
Do you think it was a little bit shisty that Roman Reigns didn't appear for this? It was just the wise man?
Yeah, he's been kind of ghost lately in general. Since
Yes.
Oh, since War Games, he hasn't.
War Games.
He hasn't appeared. Yeah.
Yeah, he did that one little promo
Talking
challenging
about
the tribal combat.
Right. I guess
Which
they're trying
I
to build the anticipation, save it for Netflix, so it's a bigger pop, you know.
Right. And I can't wait till we get into SmackDown and Raw in this episode, because there was a theory that I read online that I really want to get your take on.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been meaning to like message you and ask you, but I was like, no, I'm going to ask you Raw.
Okay. Yeah.
We're going to go in Raw to the topic here
Raw
on the show.
live. Yeah. Yeah, because we had Saturday night main event, of course, too, that we covered, and that had no Roman Reigns either.
Nothing.
No Bloodline really at all.
Nope.
No CM Punk either at all.
It's crazy to think that you have a company that has so many stars that a big event like Saturday night's main event.
Yeah.
Think like the stars you're naming: Seth Rollins, CM Punk, the Bloodline, Roman Reigns. None of these people like appear on it, and it's still such a huge show.
It's such a huge show, but still, yet we have Dave Meltzer bashing it and people bashing it. I think it drew on NBC. They were saying, "Oh, NBC wasn't happy with the numbers." Allegedly, that's what they're saying, because it was like 2 or 3 million. It still drew on a Saturday night. I'd say that's pretty good, considering it's also streaming on Peacock. Like most of the people that normally watch it, I guarantee they watch it on Peacock.
Yeah,
like the normal WWE viewers. The regulars, I would assume most of them put on Peacock.
Yeah, and you can't draw straight numbers from a streaming service, right? I guess you could.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know how all that works, but yeah, I thought Saturday night's main event was really well done, and
yep.
The people,
and there'll be another one.
Like
there'll be another one. So who knows? Who might be the opposite people on that show? They might put all those people on that.
You know what's going to be fun about that one is it's the week before the Royal Rumble. Ooh. So there's going to be storylines brewing, like it's going to be
right.
Like that's going to be the tipping point before the Royal Rumble of what's going to happen. I'm really pumped about that. But yeah, so going into SmackDown, because I really want to I want to hear your thoughts on this. So it started out this past Friday on SmackDown. The new Bloodline came out. Solo Sikoa did his normal acknowledge me thing, everything else, and then he accepted Roman Reigns' challenge to tribal combat.
Right.
You know, and they both said that both their bloodlines are going to be not at ringside. It's just going to be those two. Like I guess they both agreed. Yeah, I understand. But whatever. But then Drew McIntyre came out and confronted Solo. And he was like, "Oh, calm yourself down now. You think I'm going to take you out? Could have taken you out a long time ago. You see me take out Sami. You see me take out your brothers. I'm coming for Roman. I'm not coming for you."
But he acknowledged that Solo's the one that really screwed him at Clash at that original Clash at the Castle when he lost against Roman for the championship. That it was Solo ultimately that did him in for that match. So they still got beef too, somewhat. And
But check this out. This is what feeds into it, right?
Okay.
And I'm just going to get into it right now because I can't hold out anymore. Okay, so you turned me on to the Busted Open podcast with Drew McIntyre on it.
Right.
And what was Drew McIntyre saying during that podcast? That when he was hurt, there was only one person that checked in on him. Or a few people that checked in on him, right?
Right.
He amplified this on Raw, and I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but on Raw, he came out with his promo and said the same thing. Only one person checked in on me. Only one person checked in on me. Now he's going out to confront Solo. So the rumor online is the person that checked in on him is The Rock. And Drew McIntyre came back and is doing the bidding for The Rock right now because he's taking out the OG bloodline. He came out and confronted Solo. He's kind of like the mercenary for The Rock right now. Because remember when Drew McIntyre signed his deal to re-sign with WWE, The Rock's the one that went on the internet and announced it on Twitter.
Yeah, I like it.
This
that
has
makes
layers
sense.
to it. This has layers because 2 years ago when he re-signed with WWE, The Rock's the one that broke the news that Drew McIntyre re-signed.
Right.
Oh. And if he's single-handedly taking out Roman and the OG bloodline,
and
then somebody said, like, during this Netflix thing, because remember what they said.
Mm-hmm.
No members of either bloodline are allowed to come to the ring, but that doesn't mean Drew can't come to the ring.
And he's not part of the bloodline. Yeah, and we know he's got beef with Roman. We know he's still dropping Punk's name. Like he's keeping Punk and Roman like together. That's why I still think like we may get some type of tag match with Roman and Punk versus maybe I thought it was going to be Drew and Seth Rollins, but with you're saying what you're saying, we could get CM Punk and Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre and Solo Sikoa, possibly.
Or Drew McIntyre and The Rock.
And The Rock, yeah, even big.
That's the WrestleMania match. That would be Punk's main event right there. Like, he doesn't even need to go for the title.
Ugh. And no Seth Rollins involved in that either, which is
yeah, that kind of sucks.
know.
But like the thing that made sense, like, okay, so imagine Roman and Solo are doing this tribal combat. Drew McIntyre comes out, lays both of them out, and then you hear, if you smell, The Rock comes out, he grabs the Ulafala and walks out. Like,
right.
And
there's so much talk with the Ulafala too, because there was like these, God, I don't know if it's true, but people talking online, right? And these reports of that they're making a new championship, the Bloodline Championship.
Jesus.
You know, or something like that, so they don't have to use the Ulafala, which is the same thing, which I hope they don't go down that road, because it just makes no sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just keep the Ulafala the thing, and like, even at some point that's going to become played out. Like, you can't just keep fighting over it and who has it and going back and forth with it and then make a title out of it. And then like, you can only compete with the title if you have this amount of bloodline in you, like Samoan in you or whatever. Like, I don't see how it seems like they'd write themselves into the corner with it.
Right.
You know,
yeah. I think that's too much.
If it was wrote in the first place, but yeah, you know.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like, just let it live in its own little universe in WWE and like let it be its own thing. Like, to put a title on it and everything, that's kind of stupid. I mean, this all has to come to an end at some point. Then what would you do with it? Just put it on Jacob Fatu just to say, that's too much. But
it's interesting though with the whole Drew McIntyre thing. I agree, because it's like, where are they going with it? Because there's layers to it because he's got beef with everybody. But like you said, there's that one person that called him, and he's becoming a huge part of everything right now. Mm-hmm. Drew is up there. They're clearly they're giving him the time. WWE is.
Okay, so check this out. Yeah. When The Rock came back at SummerSlam and he did the 1, 2, 3 thing.
Yeah.
Maybe he meant all three of them. Cody, Roman, and Solo. You're all going down. Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm taking you all down. And like,
yeah,
Drew McIntyre's going to be the one to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely think Rock wants the top spot for sure. As far as the bloodline, he wants to be acknowledged as, you know, while he's still here, as that force, as that thing still. So,
yeah, I'm like confused, but that whole what do you call it, kind of prediction thing that I read online and backed up by like a lot of what people were saying, like, makes the most sense to me,
right?
And it was like, I almost wish I didn't see it and then have that come into fruition, because if that happens, like the way that it was like laid out to me, that would be freaking awesome. Like,
I think it's cool. I like the Drew McIntyre part of it, like in the conspiracy part of it for sure. What I don't like is being like a CM Punk fan and thinking like that's what's going to be like the main event at WrestleMania for CM Punk on his side. You know what I'm saying? Rooting for him on his side. Like, I want to see him win the championship in a singles match. In a main event.
Maybe that's not though. Maybe that's not. Maybe that's going to be. Maybe it'll be down the line. You know.
Yeah, he's got a multi-year contract. I mean, and you know, you don't always get what you want, and like everybody don't always get what they want, and that could change him too, and change his character, and add more layers to the story with him too. You know, so you never know. You really don't ever know.
They could drag that match all the way out to SummerSlam. There's so much they could do. And like you said, they put a bunch of irons in the fire because just in case something like what happened with CM Punk last year getting hurt and everything else, something's always got to kind of be simmering in the background. But yeah, I agree with you. I'd like to see Punk win a singles at a WrestleMania, but at the same time, I don't think he's at a point in his career where he thinks like that's
like he has to,
the end all be all. I think he's pretty happy where he's at right now, and it doesn't look like he's a cancer backstage. That's a big surprise.
Yeah, and even like, excuse me, the Netflix premiere when him and Seth had the Netflix pre-show thing they did with him and Seth. I didn't think it was anything that crazy. He came out in a suit, saying he's like kind of like the company man playing the thing, and Seth came out and said, I'm done talking, pretty much. Threw a couple shots, and that was that. I didn't think it was all that impressive.
No,
especially to end it. But and they're also saying that that's allegedly the main event of Netflix episode is Punk versus Seth Rollins. That's what people are saying. That's what WWE has said. I don't know if it's official though, but I've been seeing it a lot of places.
You think the Tribal Combat would be the one, especially if something with The Rock's going to play out during it?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Or maybe The Rock does. I don't know.
And then is it 3 hours?
I believe so.
Okay. Well, yeah. There's going to be a lot of time in there because, like,
I love the people
John
throwing
Cena,
a fit
everything.
That there's still going to be ad breaks during it.
Yeah,
like it's Raw, bro. Like it's what it is. Like,
why
are you gonna be so? They still got to make money. Like there's still ad revenues. Like come on,
they got to make money. They got to cut the commercial. They got to move sets around. They got to get segments ready. They got to move the cameras around. They got to change this, change that. Like, come on.
Yeah. Always wanting something more, man. So Drew was out talking to Solo Sikoa about this. Jimmy Uso came back, super kicked.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre. It turned into a big melee. LA Knight, Andrade, and Apollo. I keep wanting to say Terry Crews. Apollo Crews. They all came out to confront the new bloodline, and that turned into a 6-man tag.
Yeah, which is nothing spectacular.
Yeah, I'm really bummed out. Like I'm a fan of Apollo Crews and Andrade, but like LA Knight, they're not on LA Knight's level. And the fact that they're kind of teaming with him to do this whole bloodline thing kind of disappoints me.
Yeah, it's kind of filler. Just get to where we're going and have them debut or show their face and do what they do, and that's that. It was cool to see Big Jim with the crutch, with the big hits with the crutch. You know. But
trying to hobble off with the broken crutch.
Yeah.
During the 6-man tag match, LA Knight was outside the ring, and Shinsuke Nakamura came and attacked him again. So that's not over. That's the one saving grace of it, is that Shinsuke and
got the King Shasta.
They're going to continue their feud.
Yeah.
Boy, oh boy. I think Apollo Crews got a couple Samoan spikes, and which is your favorite finishing move in WWE.
Oh yeah.
And got the 1, 2, 3. Do you think Solo, when he's laying, if as it were, a female or male, we don't judge, in the bedroom, he says he's going to hit him with the Samoan spike before he sticks it in?
Yeah.
I'd do it.
Yeah, I mean, all these wrestlers must hit their lines, or hit their things, or like, yeah. What's my
You're gonna
why not? Yeah,
why not?
I'm sure the groupies ask for it, if not too, It's shitty.
That's true.
Wonder who goes real Gene Simmons with all of them, It's got to be a hard life out there on the road. You always hear so much controversies with, athletes from like NBA, NFL, and all this with, scandals and affairs and side chicks and getting blown up in the hotel rooms by all these women and taking pictures while they're sleeping. It's got to happen with WWE too. They're constantly traveling. They're like athletes. They make, they're probably less underpaid than a lot of the, athletes. I would assume then, right? So, I guess it's not as much of. It's not like we have you have like Basketball Wives, the show. We don't have like a WWE Wives of all like the baby mamas of all the WWE superstars that are gold digging on their championship money.
Oh, that would be great. They'd be like drunk at a bar, and like Naomi would be like doing karaoke, and Brandy would come up and be like, "Who told you it was open mic night, bitch?" Like, oh yeah.
Yeah. I know they had some WWE show. Wow, what was it? Total Divas? Yeah, Total Divas.
Yeah. And they had the Bella one too.
The Bella one, yeah.
And then they had Ms. and Mrs.
Ms. and Mrs. Yeah. The best part of it all was when John Cena got all mad. He wouldn't. What was it? Who was he with? One of the Bellas.
Nikki Bella, yeah.
Nikki Bella, and she went to cook for him or whatever, and he got all mad about it because he's like OCD, and he's like, "You didn't pick this up." And he was told, yeah. People hated him for it. Yeah.
Oh, I want to think of John Cena to be like that.
Yeah, he's like real OCD and all. Yeah,
poor guy.
Yeah.
You think he'd like his hair placed a little better and not so much of a bald spot if he was so OCD.
It must bother the shit out of him. Yeah. It was all controversy though when it happened. People know. Yeah. Interesting. But anyways, he's coming back soon too. We'll see him soon at Netflix.
I can't wait. I really can't wait for John Cena to come back. I know a lot of these stars that are past their prime that come back for a final run or come back for a final push, or like when Batista came back years ago, I really wasn't for it. And yeah, even the Undertaker, once it got towards the end of his career, when he kept coming back for WrestleMania, and like the whole fact that they were bringing him back just to have a match and go away again, I was kind of over it by the last couple of years. But
right,
this whole John Cena run, I'm really kind of excited to see what they do with it and where they go with it, because of him having such a big part of the main event of WrestleMania last year, and then he wrestled on Raw the next night, I believe it was, and then that's kind of where they left it. So I think that they're going to build off that somewhere. And I don't know. I'm excited to see it. It's going to be sad to see him go too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Tearjerker when it finally gets down to that point. See how they do it. But the same people that are talking the rumors of what these matches are going to be at WrestleMania and like who's coming back and when and what's going to happen are also saying that it's going to be John Cena versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania.
It might be.
I'm not mad at the match happening, but I don't know if that should be WrestleMania. But that's just whatever. I wouldn't be surprised either, right? Because we got freaking John Cena versus Austin Theory at WrestleMania. But this has got to be a different type of run for John Cena coming back. So
I think it should be John Cena against Kevin Owens at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of all this beating up on Cody that he's doing, John Cena kind of comes back to stick up for old Cody Rhodes, and
maybe he should come take Kevin's side and talk some sense into Cody.
Oh my God, I don't want to get into this, man, but we're gonna get into this.
We got to get a title belt because Kevin Owens has stole the title and is parading around with it. He had showed up to the WWE headquarters Netflix pre-show with it, and had a few choice words to say from the crowd, right? Yeah.
I'm just baffled at this point. The dastardly deed that Kevin Owens did by package pile driving Cody Rhodes and just completely taking out our champion, our WWE champion, whether you like him or not, he's our champion. And then he shows up at the Netflix special and gets cheers from this crowd. Yeah. And then he comes on SmackDown and proceeds to cut a video saying that he blames everybody else except for himself for the just uncalled for, over the top, just satanic. He's becoming satanic. And he blames the referees. He blames the management. He blames Cody Rhodes. Why don't you look yourself in the mirror
I
and blame
mean, the
yourself.
video evidence is there if you watch the end of the match on Saturday Night Main Event. He's been screwed this whole time, and Cody is just becoming a totally different person. That limelight, that championship is going straight to his head. As soon as he seen that winged eagle, he thought he was holy. And Kevin Owens is giving him a bit of a reality check. So who knows how long Kevin Owens is going to run around? Somebody made a good point in the comments. They were like, we were talking about, people are upset about the belt and this and that. It's not the same one. They're using this and that for the Winged Eagle. And they're like, well, technically it's the Winged Eagle. That's not the Undisputed Championship. That's the
Right.
Yeah.
It was a one night only thing.
Well, good point. I guess he doesn't have to give it back. And does that make him the champion of that belt? And Cody still has the universe. It's going to lead into the story somewhere with it, of course, obviously, with what he's doing with the belt. We've seen belts stolen before. I'm not the biggest fan of that type of angle with just taking somebody's belt and parading around with it when you didn't win it. But
especially because him and Triple H, when they did their face-to-face, Triple H knocked it out of his hand. What did he go pick it up and then just walk by Triple H?
Yeah. At least this is not a belt that's being actively used.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
In this case, I guess. So that's what's a little different. But
and he said in this little video on SmackDown, he said, "I haven't snapped yet. You don't want to see me when I snap." He's
he's gonna go full pipe bomb. Yeah, and he keeps using the word moveset too.
Yes.
So I don't know if he's throwing shots at Punk or if it's for the Bucks or if they're just playing into it and blurring the lines, which I would assume so, or if there's something actually going on.
This is something I was thinking about too. So he did the package pile driver on Cody Rhodes, right? And we on Raw we had another little video package thing teasing more. It's obviously Pentagon Jr. that's coming to WWE.
Yes.
But what's one of his signature moves is the package pile driver.
Well, yeah, I was going to bring it up too. I've seen a whole article I was reading about all these moves that he uses that are used by multiple people in WWE. Of course, not the same person. So, what moves is he going to have a whole new move set of everything?
Yeah, he must, because pile drivers are banned. They're just doing the pile drivers for this storyline. So,
right, yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how they navigate that. But yeah, I love the people. They have the 0 with the line through it, and then they had a pentagon on the video package, and people are like, "Who could this be?" It's like,
yeah, I wonder. Yeah,
come on now.
Be interesting to see what he shows up. What his mask's going to be like who's he going to go after? It says it's coming on Netflix. The first Netflix episode. That's going to be the debut, I believe. But he's going to be heel. He's going to be face.
Are people going to know who he is?
Are people going to know? Yeah, very true. Are people going to know? I mean, he's never been in WWE before, so a lot of people aren't.
Come after? What's his angle coming in? Is it just going to be him walking out, and he's going to have to be involved with something?
Yeah. John Cena? I don't freaking know, man. I don't know.
Time will tell. It's very
He'll work in somewhere. He's going to work in somewhere with something. Yeah.
Maybe Dominic Mysterio is going to bring him in to be his new...
I was going to say, you're going to go against Ray, maybe. They're going to have some type of angle like that, which is kind of cliche,
Yeah.
But
agreed. We had Grayson Waller effect, which I'm so glad we haven't had that in weeks. They had Braun Strowman come out, Mello came out. But the interesting thing, the reason why I want to bring up this match is because Braun Strowman lost via countout, and I haven't seen a loss of a match from a countout in quite some time. And the way they went about it, they were fighting on the outside of the ring. Braun Strowman picked up Mello and threw him over the rope back into the ring, and then before he could get back in, the referee counted him out.
Yeah, he couldn't drag his big self, his big back up into the ring. Big back. Yeah.
Takes a little bit.
Yeah. Mello, he was happy about that. He relished in that, and that's his claim to fame now.
Yeah, his crowning achievement on the main roster is to beat Braun Strowman via countout.
Yep.
The final match of the night was Bianca Belair with Naomi taking on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae for the tag team titles. Naomi stepped in for Jade Cargill. Tiffy came out with the briefcase. I think Nia Jax legit busted herself open here.
She had some blood.
It was right in her forehead.
Yeah, her forehead. That's yep.
Yeah, it's usually where well,
yeah.
In the thrills of combat is usually where people get cut open is right on the hairline. It's just a coincidence that it always happens in the same spot. But
right,
it actually looked like legit. Like she hit her head off the post and whatever. Tiffy came out, looked like she was going to will they, won't they with the briefcase again.
Yeah. Well, the briefcase was weird because the way she was presenting it to be used was like, I don't know if she was trying to give it to them to use it as like a weapon or if like as part of like, I think that it looked like the referee was like confused too by it. I was confused by it because I didn't know what the hell she was doing. Because not Nia wasn't down at that point.
Right.
Yeah. It was. I was like, is she trying to give it to her to use for like the tag team championship type of thing or something? I was like, I was confused. Maybe I'm just dumb, but like I don't. Well, I know I'm dumb, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Hey, I don't.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, don't talk about yourself like that, bro.
Yeah.
Only I can talk about you like that.
Oh, thanks.
I don't know. I don't know exactly what was going about with it. I really don't understand. Like I said, I'm over the whole teasing the cash-in thing. Either do it or don't do it. Like every week, anytime Nia's in a match or involved in anything whatsoever, Tiffany has to do. Have you noticed that it seems like she puts on like a 1/8 of an inch more thick makeup every week she comes out?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
It's like she looks full on Bumpo the Clown right now.
Whoever does her outfits too is busting. They gotta get some money. Like they must be paying some top dollar for them things. Like Jerry the King Lawler would refer to them as puppies. And whoever's keeping them puppies in the pen is deserves a raise because those cuts are impressive.
What do you think's made out of more silicone, her outfits or her boobs?
She might be a clone or something. I have
no clue.
Yeah, I think the point of the briefcase was though that obviously they ended up losing, so it's just going to be more for Nia. I keep mixing it with Naomi. Nia to use as an excuse of why they lost and blame it on Tiffy and just add more.
Yeah,
add more to that.
And it's just like at the end of this match, Jade and Bianca and Naomi win the match.
Yeah.
And the referee handed Bianca both the titles. She held them up and gave one to Naomi.
Yes.
And
because Naomi didn't want to walk out with the championship either. She's like, I want to earn it. She's like, don't give it to me until I earn it or something like that. So it's like,
now, did you see that? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm confused as what's going on or with Jade and all that. Like I still think it's Naomi, but I don't know.
Did you see Jade finally posted a picture of herself on X last night?
No.
She just put a post up of just a picture of herself. It looked like she might have had a cut under her eye or something, or something. It was just a picture of her, and I said, "Oh man, Naomi, you're gonna get it.
You're gonna get it." Like, because why can't we just get like an interview with Jade? Like, did she not see who attacked her? Maybe she was attacked from behind and pushed into was it the dump or the car? I was going to say the car, the car. So maybe she didn't see the attacker, or the attacker was wearing a hoodie, or something.
Yeah, and glowing shoes.
Yeah, and glowing. Yeah, I wonder if. Yeah, the only thing I noticed was glowing. There was the glow. I wonder who that could have been. Yeah. So we'll see.
Put out an APB on the glow.
But they are officially the tag team champions again now. Well,
Jade's not going to take too kindly to that when she comes back. Boy, oh boy, that's going to be a feud for the ages.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. So that was WWE's SmackDown, and
right. Yeah, we had got that one match too with Gargano and
oh yeah.
Motor City
Alex
Machine.
Shelley.
Yeah, Alex Shelley, yeah, which they promoted heavily as, you know, them having the history, and Gargano got the quick pin on him, and
With the tights, yeah.
with
Now, the Motor City Machine Guns cut a little bit of a promo backstage because you said you wanted to hear a little bit of their promo work. Did you hear it? What did you think of it?
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
I thought it was all right.
Personal fire involved with this, and
right. They gave him something to work with. For sure. They got a history, so his work was cut out for him.
Yeah. Boy, that was SmackDown. So why don't we do what our daddies did to our mommies back to the day, and we wouldn't be here without it, and go in raw. With this awesome guitar.
Yeah.
Welcome to Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
It was me, Austin. Every time we do that, I think of Vince McMahon. Shout out. Don't shout out Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Well, we were at Monday Night Raw, another pre-taping because of the holidays coming up, and people that think that that's a bad thing, that they're actually giving the performers time off around the holidays to spend with their family. You need a life. And also the people on social media that post the spoilers of this shit.
Right.
You also need a life.
Suck.
Because
Yeah.
just let it be what it is.
It's not new. Yeah.
But as we were talking about, Drew McIntyre came out to the ring to start off Raw, and he kind of cut almost the same promo as he did on Busted Open.
Yeah.
It was a similar kind of feeling, similar kind of style. And he got interrupted by Sami, and it's the first time we've seen. Well, no, Sami attacked Drew backstage last week on Raw.
Yep.
But Sami came out. It's the first time we've heard from him since Saturday night's main event. We'll put it that way.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Drew cutting the same promo. Mentioned Punk. Mentioned Roman. Mentioned the Bloodline. Talked about being home. Tried to, bottle up some of that energy he had brought to Busted Open and present it to the WWE universe so they could kind of get on the same page of where he's going with that story. And he was interrupted by Sami.
Yeah. Now, this is just a thought I had, and maybe I've mentioned this on an earlier show, is that Sami kind of reminds me of like a modern day Mick Foley, like the way he does his promos.
Right.
The pointing, when he does the pointing, and just the way he delivers it, and just that sympathetic baby face, whatever. Like Sami just reminds me so much of Mick Foley in these promos. And this was another one. And he was talking about Drew going on about his problems and his shortcomings and, falling short in life and having issues in life. And Sami said, who else has those types of issues? And he points around the crowd and he says, everyone in this crowd does. Right. And instead of just making excuses, they just kind of pull up their bootstraps and just deal with it, It was a really impassioned promo, man. Like, thank God, like, good, meaningful promos are coming back. And I don't feel like they're as written out, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
As they were in the past. I think they're a lot more impassioned these days. And it shows, like, Drew, Punk, even Rollins, Sami, the guys that come out and just give these impassioned promos like this the
people that they trust, I think they're giving them the mic and telling them to go out there and they follow the guidelines. They know where they're kind of going with it, but I think they give them the trust and the benefit of the doubt of letting them work off the crowd and improvising. And I think it pays off, and it's what the WWE universe was missing for a while. For sure.
Yeah. And this turned into them saying they were going to have a rematch later on in the night, a rematch from Saturday night's main event. Drew slapped the shit out of Sami, and then we got the returning Jey Uso to kind of break it up and whatever. more intertwining of the OG bloodline with Drew McIntyre. Now you got him attacking Sami, Jimmy, and Jay. There's only one left to fall after that. Mark our words.
Yeah. Mark our words. Yeah, exactly. And is Punk gonna come? I thought for a second Punk might come and help for. I was wondering. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's leave it on the back burner because of that great feud we had with Drew and Punk, and then Punk. Yeah. The next thing he does is help the bloodline out, and the next thing Drew does is attack the bloodline.
Right.
So that feud is still simmering somewhere.
Yeah, because Drew name drops him, so it's like if you were going to leave it separate, you'd think he wouldn't bring it up. But
boy, here we are. It's interesting to see what they're going to do moving forward. And some people had said that because of Drew and Seth kind of going face to face last week, like, are they going to team up and stuff? And now Seth has his problem with CM Punk, and
right.
You know, on top of Drew McIntyre having his issue with the OG bloodline right now, and Kevin Owens has always had his issue with the OG bloodline. Is Kevin Owens going to be brought into this kind of fold? Is The Rock going to assemble his own super team of Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre to kind of be like another force?
Damn. Yeah.
You heard it here first on Ringside Renaissance.
The new corporation.
The new Shield.
The new Shield.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
So we had Io Sky defeat Natalya and
Alba Fire
in the triple threat match. People were pissed off about this on the internet.
Why? Because Natalya lost?
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool to see her back. I think it's interesting where the tournament is going for that title. When you look at it with the 4 women that are left, which I believe is Zoe Stark, Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and
Lyra Valkyria.
So there's like so many different interchangeable ways you can put them against each other. Like it could even come down to Io Sky versus Dakota Kai, and they're part of the same faction. Like it, I don't know what they're going to do with it. You could see Io Sky getting the title. You could see all 4 of them winning.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's not going to happen is nobody from Damage Control is getting that damn title. It's going to be Zoe Stark.
Okay, I am mad at it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been known to be a Zoe Stark and a Lyra Valkyria fan, so I think it's going to come down to those two.
Yeah.
I really hope so. And then like the people that you notice how like in the IWC, everybody, okay, if there's like an established like OG like veteran wrestler that continues to win, they put like Hogan at the last minute, like, oh, it's Bailey Hogan winning again. Oh, it's, you know, somebody Hogan winning because like, they're saying that all these like established veterans don't allow the young and up and coming talent to like get a push. But then at the flip side of it, Natalya doesn't win last night and people are in an uproar because she didn't win. Like, oh, she needs to win the damn tournament. Well, if you look at it, Zoe Stark's never had a singles title in WWE. Right. Lyra Valkyria's never had a singles title in the main roster WWE. Io Sky was the women's champion, but
a couple times, yeah. But and Dakota Kai, never,
like,
yeah.
And then you look at it on the flip side with the U.S. title, it was Michin and Chelsea Green, who had never held singles titles in WWE. Yep. So like they're pushing young female, not young, but like, you know, they're pushing underused female talent in the past, and people are having a problem with this now. It's like, man.
And these titles are good too for the women because it gives more, it adds more meaningfulness to the storylines. It makes it a little more important for these titles and the things that they're fighting over and the drama with them. So,
well, look
good
at
for
us
them.
Look at us when we were growing up, right? Like,
yeah.
Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels were fighting for the Intercontinental title and were established as Intercontinental champions before they made the springboard into becoming the WWE.
Right.
WWF
Razor
champion.
Ramones.
Right.
Stuff. Yeah.
You started out in the company, and then you won the Intercontinental title or were involved with the Intercontinental title picture. Stone Cold Steve Austin won the Intercontinental title, then it sprung him into being the world champion afterwards. So like these mid-card
the Jeff
titles,
Jarrett's, the Chris Jericho's, the Eddie Guerrero's, the Chris Benoit's,
right, like
X-Pac.
Yeah, these mid-card titles are supposed to springboard you into the world heavyweight title picture. So like to have young and up-and-coming talent win and hold these titles just makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense to have somebody that's been around 20 years hold it, not initially anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's cool.
So I'm okay with where they're going with it. I think it's pretty.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty. It's a pretty fun little ride that they've been having with it. Like the Michin Chelsea Green match really surprised me as far as I'm not a big Chelsea Green fan, but it surprised me as far as like the execution of it and stuff. So I'm going to remain open-minded about this side of it.
See where she goes with it.
Yeah. What isn't so exciting is the Judgment Day problems they've been having.
They look pretty stressed.
Trouble in paradise, man.
Oh yeah, trouble in the clubhouse.
Boy.
Liv and Finn are button heads. They can't even speak to each other. They gotta use Raquel and the little short guy,
JD
McDonough as mouthpieces.
The little short guy.
Yeah, not myself. Yeah, I don't know. Causing more of a rift, and then of course causing more of a rift between Dominic and Finn Balor too. So I'm going to get a match against Damian Priest, and he's like, "What do you think? You're better than me? What are you saying? You can get the job done and I can't?" Yeah,
I don't know, man. I see Dominic babyface.
I want the
coming.
DP. No, I want the DP. You think I deserve the DP more than you? Yeah.
You had the DP last time. Now I got the DP. Oh,
yeah. They all been getting DP'd.
Yeah, man. One at a time.
Yeah.
Wait, two at a time.
Yeah.
One at a time has been getting it two at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So that turned into Dominic facing Damian Priest and Damian
disqualification. We got JD McDonough in the Santa outfit and JD Santa. Finn coming in, getting all messed up. Carlito hiding under the ring, spitting out the apple. Good times.
It's a comedy act at this point.
Liv's still the champion. Liv's the only one that holds anything in the group. She's holding it together and holding down Dominic Mysterio. So
now, what do you think is going to be like the reckoning of Judgment Day? What's going to...
I mean, if Liv was to lose the title, I guess she can't be like the voice of reason either at that point, like she was like last on Raw in a way, because she has no power either, right? And so something's gonna have to give. I don't know if Finn's gonna win a title or if Dom's gonna win the title, because they had lost the tag titles too, so they don't have anything either to for their argument as to why they deserve to run it.
I think that in the spirit of everything meaning something in WWE, if you remember, and we've talked about this before, Finn and Rhea's interaction after they betrayed Rhea and DP, Finn told Rhea, "It was me that was in Dominic's ear to leave you for Liv." And like almost like he didn't want to do it, and I'm the one that pushed him to do it.
Right.
I think that's going to play big into the future of what's going on. They didn't just throw that line out there just to have it out there. I think it means something. And I think this whole thing of Finn and Liv arguing is all just smoke and mirrors, because
because at
the end of the day, like, Liv's a two-time and hoe. So
they're kind of the... God, I'm at a loss for words right now. Yeah.
I think that Liv, Finn, Raquel, and Carlito do like a human centipede behind Dom's back.
Dom would be put over completely. Then we would feel so sorry for him. But you know, like the aggression and like the hatefulness, and they're so mad at each other right now. Finn and Liv, it's kind of like building this sexual tension between them.
Mm-hmm.
That like they're going to be arguing, but then instead of arguing, they're going to kiss.
Right. A sexually charged embrace.
Yeah. Because we don't get as much PDA with Dom and Liv anymore.
Yeah, Dom's wife probably.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well,
Enough's enough.
Yeah.
But you remember, and you were the one that picked this out months and months ago of who took the hotel room key.
Yeah,
was Finn.
Right.
So
does that have anything to do with it, or did they just do that and it was a one-off and there's nothing to it? We will see.
Do you think Liv likes it in the butt?
Sure, why not?
Finn looks like a anal kind of guy. I just wanted to
think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So if she does, I can see them.
Yeah. I like my abs. You like my abs, Liv? I didn't eat no carbs today. Yeah. I'm going to kiss the Blarney Stone.
They're going in without lube today.
Yeah.
It's my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking of that one day. I said, man, I think she would do anything for the right price. But
I think so too. I think she's down. Yeah.
New Day came out. Kofi's mama was in the crowd from Ghana, Africa.
I think that was my favorite part from Raw was the New Day segment. Honestly.
His mom walking out on him.
Yeah. That
mom was not too happy.
I'm so happy for them for the amount of boos that they're getting. That the audience has really bought into it, and that they're really getting like them Dominic boos where they can barely speak and cut their promos, and that it really worked with what they did to Big E, and that they deserve it. They deserve it.
Yeah, I agree. Big E didn't deserve that, and
they deserve it in both ways.
Right. Yeah, like I said, Kofi's mom walked out on him. He went backstage, and Rey Mysterio said, came back and tried to apologize for the week before, and Rey saying he was the locker room leader, and he thinks the New Day should apologize, and they refuse. And Rey Mysterio,
you're delusional.
Rey Mysterio has a hard time looking intimidating when he's got to look up at everybody when he talks to him.
New Day sucks. New Day sucks.
Day sucks. Yeah.
But Kofi and Xavier Woods are killing it though.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love the heel. I love the heel thing they're doing right now.
They actually. I think I actually enjoy it more. I think the babyface New Day is very corny and
it kind of got played out.
Yeah, played out. That's what I was looking for. Right. This was probably your favorite thing of the night. This is probably one of my favorite things of the night. Probably my favorite thing of this night was the Rollins sit down with Jackie Redmond. I
thought it was all right.
Oh, you didn't like this?
I don't think it was bad, but it just it was just that we didn't get any rebuttal. Maybe next week we're gonna just get a rebuttal with Punk, and that's what it was. But we just didn't get any interaction between the two. No, it was good. He explained it, and it was somewhat heated and got into it a bit and kind of lost it in a way. And
because CM Punk sat down with Jackie Redmond the week before. And,
okay, fair enough.
So this was kind of Seth's rebuttal, but I think CM Punk's sit down was a lot more impactful than this one. Yeah, I'll agree with you on that one.
Yes.
And Seth Rollins like, I need this fight. I need it. It. It's not gonna be a match. It's gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fight.
Okay. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
I just don't, like I said before, like him wearing all these flashy, like flamboyant outfits. It's really hard for me to take him seriously.
I think it was a shot back after Punk had called him Liberace, and then he comes out wearing some really straight Liberace stuff in that interview for sure. But the thing is, it's what threw me off, like about the promos of them doing them both separately, is that they had the meeting in between these promos with the Netflix thing somewhat, kind of, right? So that, or no, did it? Was it in between it? Yeah, it was in between.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, so it's, that's the pre-taping
the
bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this feud should have built a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, even though it's been a month, it's going to be a month before their first match, but it's just the Drew and Punk thing. The animosity felt so high and like the tension so high when they finally got to get in the ring with each other because they built it for months and months before they actually even got in the ring against each other. So
Right.
maybe this feels like it's a little bit rushed, but it hasn't been rushed. I think we just got spoiled with the Drew and Punk thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
With it being what it was, that it gets to this. And but I'm looking forward to the match itself. I think that there's going to be a lot involved with this, and I don't think this is going to be the end-all be-all for Seth and Punk. I think this is kind of just the first chapter in it.
It's just the beginning. We're in the first inning. Yeah. Yeah. As Paul Heyman would say. Yeah. Yeah. And who knows when the favor is going to come about. And yeah, who knows? Yeah. We'll see.
I'm just going to touch on it quick because I really don't care about it. Miz and Dexter Lumis. This Wyatt Six shit sucks. I'm sorry. I don't even want to waste my time on it.
Stupid.
It's dumb.
Why doesn't
make sense.
Nikki Cross or Sister Abigail or whatever the hell she's called, as we're going to throw her onto everybody?
Yeah. Just
like, and that,
it just doesn't make sense. And then
don't send us stuff. We understand it. When we say it doesn't make sense, we just mean we think it's stupid.
It's stupid. And like, they said they opened the door for her. That means Alexa Bliss is coming back. Oh, great. So we have another person in this group that we don't care about. Yep. And then there's people like, oh, well, they're just building the storyline. You just got to give it time. They're building the storyline. It's been almost a year and nothing has happened.
Yep.
Nothing. They took on American Made. American Made is not thriving, but they're getting more exposure and time than the Wyatt Six is getting. Like, it's stupid. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. It's dumb. Over it.
Well, we appreciate you, Howdy LFC, for watching and trying to educate us all. Even though it's
there's
like
you're like the only point. You're the only person we know that's really on board with it as much as you are. So,
it's too much. I know that
there's this little niche audience in the IWC that's like just tries to dissect everything. Listen, if I need to take that much time out of my personal life to break down all these videos and QR codes and stuff and sit there with like a map, like with like strings attached to it to see what leads where and shit, like I don't have time for that bullshit.
Yeah.
It's stupid. It's dumb. And it's all speculation. There's no definitive answer to anything that any of these people are coming up with. They're like, well, I think this means this, and I think this means that, and I think this is going to lead to this.
They're just messing with everybody. If you go back to that original one of them things they're talking about when they're in the cave and it's like the thing that comes down, it's like they're making the hand signals on the wall, the shadow, but you don't really know the outside world exists. And it's just they're just playing people. They're messing with people. Yeah.
The point is to leave you guessing, because once you figure it out, there's nothing left for them.
Yeah.
Because they're it's just garbage. This whole shit's garbage.
Yeah.
Sorry about it. What wasn't garbage, the main event of the night, which I thought was the match of the week for me, was Sami versus Drew, take 2. Hard. You didn't like it?
No, it's all right. It's just we just seen it.
Yeah.
You know? And it's just like, I don't know. Yeah. Raw and SmackDown for me were just kind of meh this week, you know.
Oh, get into the Christmas spirit, bro.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for Netflix and everything else, but it just wasn't it. I don't know. Like I said, the New Day was my favorite part of the of SmackDown. Raw.
Yeah, I didn't say it was my favorite moment. I think it's probably my favorite match.
Fair enough.
I like the stuff Drew's been doing in general. The Punk Drew feud really, really, really put me over as a Drew fan. And I just, anytime he comes on the screen or makes his presence known, like I'm just bought into it. So,
and I believe the poll is up too. And because they had a whole tournament for it on YouTube or on WWE.com or however they're doing it. And for match of the year, I believe it has come down to Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, WrestleMania 40. versus CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre or Hell in a Cell. I believe that's what it's come down to. I believe that's the final round.
And Cody versus Roman's going to win it just because that's the narrative WWE's trying to push. But
or because they had the special guest appearances. And I don't know. I'm voting for Hell in a Cell, but that's just me.
Nothing touches as far as a match goes.
You never know. People might vote because it's the people voting on YouTube.
Yeah.
It might come. That's true. Punk might win it. We'll see. It'll be interesting. But yeah.
That's true. The end of this match saw the new Bloodline come out and kind of not help out Drew, I guess sort of help out Drew, and with Jey Uso came out.
Yeah.
Just more of muddying the waters, but Drew is really entrenched right in the middle of this whole Bloodline feud, so that fuels the fire of the whole thing with The Rock even more.
Right.
Until somebody shows me something different to make me think otherwise, Drew is working with The Rock, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
I like it. Interesting. That's a whole new angle I didn't see coming, so that's cool. Yeah. But yeah, it went off the air at the same, just another beat down. Bloodline, new Bloodline 2.0, putting the ones up, Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you.
Happy holidays. Yeah. That
boy, oh
SmackDown.
Boy. Yeah, it was a great time. And
Raw.
I think that, going into this season, I think we have one more SmackDown and one more Raw before the Netflix premiere. So,
yep.
I'm looking forward to it and seeing what's going to happen, what's going to unfold. I really think that all these are just filler episodes leading up until the Netflix premiere. I think that's going to be their next big kind of moment they're going to have, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with it.
Yeah, and I wonder what's going on with NXT tonight. Because, well, technically, if you're watching this, it's Christmas. But this is Christmas Eve that we're recording this, and NXT, I don't know if it's on tonight, if it's live or not, but
let me find out for you.
Yeah, that's going places too. We're coming down. We're getting closer and closer to the pay-per-view for that, I believe. Again,
it looks like it was pre-taped. It says spoilers right here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well,
but yeah, so it is on tonight. Let me see. Stephanie Vacour versus Cora Jade.
Oh, okay. I wonder who's going to win that.
Oh, it's in Lowell, Massachusetts. I should drive out there. It's only an hour or two away from me.
NXT is really? Wow.
But it's pre-taped, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, they have a couple of things here. That's the biggest thing. They have Charlie Dempsey versus Lexis King in the Heritage Cup Championship.
Yep.
The No Quarter Catch Crew versus Hank and Tank versus OTM versus the D'Angelo family for the number one contender for the NXT Tag Team Championship. And Santa Claus appears. So,
oh baby,
boy, oh boy, tune into your NXT. Well, I hope you tuned into your NXT yesterday because today is Christmas.
Yeah. So. Christmas, Hanukkah, it's all the same. Happy holidays.
I was going to say, do you have a Christmas song for us to take us out, Kombat Jones, or what's going on here?
I mean...
You didn't write one?
No. Ho, ho, ho.
You're talking about my last 3 girlfriends.
Yeah. Go listen to some Mariah Carey. Or
she is a ho, ho, ho.
No, Michael Bublé or... whatever fits your fancy.
What was the other one? Burl Ives or
Burl Ives? Yeah, I don't know. Christmas in Harlem.
Nat King Cole.
Nat King Cole. Yeah. Sabrina Carpenter. Nonsense Christmas. Whatever you prefer.
The punk rock band Bad Religion had a Christmas album.
Ooh, okay. That must be a banger. I never heard that one.
It's a banger.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. So whatever you guys are enjoying, I hope you enjoy it. We hope you have been enjoying us all year long.
Yep.
And we're going to give you the corny. We'll see you next year because by the time we record our next episode, we will be in 2025.
Will we?
By the time it's released, probably.
Most likely, yeah, we'll be just around there. Yeah.
Yeah, because New Year's is next Wednesday.
Yeah.
So be safe, take care of each other. Hope you had a great year riding with us. Our greatest Christmas gift is all of you, because without you, there is no us, or we're just going to be talking to ourselves. So I'm just going to say that I am grateful for everyone in the Ringside Renaissance universe, and I hope you can continue to ride with us.
Yes, and what a present it has been this year now, with all of you tuning along and riding with the Ringside Renaissance, what they call the Howard Stern-esque show of wrestling podcasts. Thanks for riding with us and sticking along through all the craziness that it's been this year.
We're going to give a new name to the Ringside Renaissance Riders when we finally get our Sibian in the mail.
Yes.
Because to be a true Ringside Renaissance Rider, you're going to have to hop on that thing for
a
full 10 seconds.
We're going to turn it up to 10. That's what we do, baby. 24/7. We go hard up in this thing. Yeah.
You're hard 24/7? Man, I can hardly get it hard for 7.
Yeah. Ringside Renaissance, baby. Once again, everybody have good holidays. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Hope you get everything you want. And we'll see you for the new year. Happy New Year also. But be safe out there. Enjoy everything. And we appreciate everybody. I appreciate you, Jesse. Thanks for being there.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, yes. Man. Of course.
So, I appreciate how slowly but surely throughout the show you've been wrapping yourself with more and more lights.
Yes, I always find more lights.
It's like
too
many
wire. Lights. More lights. More
Sandman
lights.
with barbed wire or something.
More towels. Less towels. More towels. Walk hard. Walk hard.
It's been a treat to sit here this whole episode. Every time I look over, there's just more lights hanging off you progressively throughout the episode. It was really great to watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love Christmas. Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, as you know, that's pretty deadly Jesse. Yeah. And I'm Andrew. Kombat Jones. Spinning the block on that sleigh. Yeah. Coming for all you haters that don't like Ringside Renaissance. We take it too far. We got the cheap heat. We got the cheap shots. We got the shots from the chairs right to the head. Yeah. However you want to call it. You've been listening to the Ringside Renaissance Wrestling Podcast. Happy holidays. Joy to the world and to all. A good night. Peace.
Happy New Year's, bitches.
You filthy animals.